A right-wing anti-government terrorist organization has taken over a federal government building in Malheur County, Oregon. Now, they vowed to stay there until the government, quote, restores the Constitution, and some of them have threatened to get violent if need be. Now, unfortunately for them, they didn't necessarily plan to be there too long because they're now requesting for their supporters to send them snacks through USPS, which is part of the federal government.
I'm not here to die. I'm here to defend my freedoms and my liberties. And will I? Yes.
If you don't like America, then you can get out.
Now, I don't even have to tell you that if these were Muslims, if this was Black Lives Matter, the National Guard would have been sent in immediately. But because these are white, right-wing terrorists, all of a sudden they're just not a threat, even though they're still technically terrorists. Now, let me tell you basically how the media has handled this. They are referring to these men as a militia group who are doing a, quote, peaceful protest. Yes, a peaceful protest. So individuals who lock themselves in a federal government building with guns and threaten to get violent, totally peaceful, right? But yet, when Black Lives Matter shuts down freeways or something, well, look at these terrorists. Come on. So you call them thugs, but these aren't thugs? So the double standard there in the media is just ridiculous. So basically, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because these guys, even though they're supposedly anti-government, well, they're actually pretty big hypocrites. Now, I'm going to fill you in on what's happened first. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version because you don't need to hear the whole story. It's just so long. It's so convoluted. So there's this family, a father and son in particular, who are scheduled to go to jail for 5 years for committing arson on public land. So basically, the militia here is supporting them by taking over the federal building in Oregon. And so basically, the Hammond family has disavowed these individuals as well as the Mormon church, who these guys are a part of. Now, what I didn't tell you is that the idiots leading this cause are none other than Cliven Bundy's sons. Now, to remind you who Cliven Bundy is, he's the racist moron who had a militia protect him when he was going to be arrested for allowing his cows to graze on public property, and he acquired millions of dollars worth of fees, and he refused to pay them, and he still hasn't paid them. So that's who's leading this cause. So you know exactly what to expect and whatnot. So the problem, though, is that they're not so anti-government. So US Uncut explains, the Small Business Administration offers a loan guarantee program for businesses that don't qualify for assistance in the private credit market. As Mother Jones reported, Ammon Bundy, the ringleader of the Malheur takeover, bemoaning federal overreach, got a $530,000 loan from the SBA in 2010 for his truck maintenance business in Arizona, costing taxpayers over $22,000. What the loan was used for, or whether or not Bundy repaid it, is not listed in public records. Now, second of all, they're also hypocrites because the federal government charges 93% less to allow their cattle to graze on public land than private landowners. And this price is so affordable because the US government subsidizes that price with taxpayer dollars. Now, furthermore, the Bundy family gets discounts for leasing their business on public land, which costs taxpayers $52 to $200 million per year. Now, western states like Nevada and Oregon, where ranchers like the Bundys reside, only produce roughly 1/5 of the nation's beef supply, but require a considerable amount of taxpayer subsidies to stay afloat. The Atlantic estimates that the 11 western states populated by ranchers eat up approximately $26 million per year. So I've got one more for you. Now, the government's animal damage control program protects their cattle from predators, and this costs $55.9 million. This is what it costed in 1994. Now, they benefit, once again, from the federal government. So without the federal government and all of these taxpayer subsidies, they wouldn't have their businesses. So does that sound anti-government to you? Doesn't sound anti-government to me. So it looks as though they're symbolically anti-government, but operationally pro-government. So they can posture and do what they want, but the fact remains that these guys are not only morons, they're hypocrites.